Hello there, Soaring Eagle fans. Thanks for following along in our video. And what we're going to do today is hook up some propane tanks that I've got for our RV. I had one tank, but I had to purchase another one so that I could double it up and make the little apparatus that I bought to install the propane linkage to the inside of the trailer. And I've got it all plumbed in. So what we're going to do is head out, and in this box on the ground here right now, I've got a little surprise package. What we do is we use, it's a surprise package, so why should I be telling you? But it's going to be a dual purpose, triple purpose, quad purpose item that we use on the road. It relates to the propane, but we'll unpack that once we get to the RV, and I'll show you what that is. So stay tuned, and we'll meet you at the RV, just like that. All right, just like that, we're over here at the RV. Just took a second to get here. Learjet. So I was going to do this little shoot outside here, but on the way here, the dark skies out there broke into some rain, so it's a little bit wet outside there right now to do that. So I'm just going to unpack this box inside here, show you what we do with our propane cooking setup. Kind of a frugal way to do some multitasking with barbecuing, with frying, with making pancakes, eggs, you name it. Anyway, so what we've got here, it's going to be a little bit noisy there. So we've got a pan that we use as a cover that I'll show you what we do with that later. And it's going to set that over here. And then we also have a couple of griddles. All this equipment I've been able to get that Canadian Tire. So at home we use a griddle similar to this when we want to cook some steak and get those barbecue lines onto it, and also do a quick sear and fry the steak, and then put it in the oven, bake it for a while, and make a nice tender steak. So we have that. On the flip side, you could use it to make pancakes on if you want. But something else that we've got here, so that's one of the griddles that we use on it. Just going to place that over there. And we have another, it's called the Rock. It's a griddle, has a little less deeper lines on there, but you still get the grilling marks on it. And it has a rim all the way around, so if you had extra fat, it's not going to run off and make a great big mess. So we can use this for getting some lines on hot dogs, on steaks, on chicken, and what have you. And this one here is actually designed to flip over, and it makes a great bacon. Well, you could probably do the bacon on the other side, but it makes a great egg and pancake griddle. And so we could use either one. So I'm just going to set that one aside over here as well. Get that set in there. Now what I've got here is an outbound propane. I'm not sure what you call that thing. It's in French here, so it's a Rashad auto propane. So whatever Rashad is, all you French people are gonna know. But if I flip that thing around, oh, it's called a propane stove. So this I just picked up at had something similar to that before and got tossed out because of wear and tear. So this one was regular $100, and I got it on sale for $69 this last week. So we're just gonna open that up and let's have a look at here. So what I did is they have two models. So this one here has a splash grid inside, so all the grease and stuff like that, if you do get grease, doesn't go down the bottom. And pick this one up, and you know, like I said, for $69. So it's a little bit heavy here, so I'm gonna have to get some more hands on that, get this box out of the way here, so bear with me. Okay, so this is one of those unpacking videos that you see so often on YouTube or whatever. Let's just get this over here. And Just gonna pop this thing open, and I'll just show you if those griddles are gonna fit nicely on here. So let's get this. Now, isn't that a beautiful red? My wife loved this color. It's a great Brazilian color. So let's get those legs turned around on here. So we could probably use this thing inside, like a propane stove, propane oven, even though it probably says don't use inside, made for outside. It does say outbound, outdoors. And the reason I like this too is when we're using it outside, with the other one, I didn't have these back walls and side walls here to stop the wind from blowing in. And while I'm opening that up, another cute little attachment here is you can pop that down and actually make some toast on it. So isn't that nice and pretty and shiny in there? So let's just get these panels up, stuck together here. There we go. And that. So what happened before with the other griddle, I didn't have these side panels on here, so using it outside and the wind's always blowing at it, and which wasn't too good. And with this thing here, you can put a little 1 pound tank on there, but what my plans are when we use this is to use the propane line that I've got sitting right down underneath there. And that kind of went dark on there. But anyway, the propane line is down underneath there. And let's just have a look and see if that griddle is going to fit on here. So the first one, let's just take the rock griddle, and let's just place that on there. So I did take some measurements and it seemed to look like it was going to fit. So there we go. So there's enough gap in here so that you can get the flames up and burning and use this thing as a griddle. And what I like doing is actually cooking the steak on here, and then to make the steak nice and juicy and tender like you do in the oven at home, like some top-end chefs do, as I'm told, is I use this pan and it becomes like a little oven. So now I've got a propane stove with a griddle, and just a little trick of the trade here, I put that on top, and we've got ourselves an oven, and we can make the steak cook a little faster, keep some of the heat in there. If it's cool and windy out there, it doesn't blow the heat off the top, and it cooks all the way through. And you could probably put your pizza underneath there, all kinds of things, and keep it nice and hot. So the other griddle is going to do the same thing. It would fit underneath there as well. And what I did is I brought along, here we are, I brought along some Kirkland cooking spray, cooking oil. And what we usually do is just spray the griddle with that before we start using it, and makes cleanup a whole heck of a lot easier, and a lot less work scrubbing and trying to get it clean afterwards, especially when you're out camping and you don't have all the extra amenities that you do at your kitchen sink at home. So that, my friends, is the little trick, the little secret I had in the box before I left, and a little setup that we use. And if you're just wanting to use it like a typical camp stove, and you're wanting to cook some corn or make some hot water or make some coffee, is you just leave it as your typical camp stove. You get yourself a pot, and you set it on top of there, and now it's just your typical camp stove, and do as you may with it. And so that's the little trick that we use to get this little stove up and running. So what I'm going to do right now, so I'm not sure if it's still raining outside there, it's a little dribble and stuff, but it's not too bad. I'm going to set up a table outside here, and I'm just going to hook up the propane line to this, because I haven't really used it yet. I haven't turned it on, but I'm assuming it works. It's brand new out of the box from Canadian Tire. But I did want to show you all those little accessories that we can multitask this $69 propane stove and make it into a barbecue, cook some steak and hot dogs, pancakes, eggs, bacon, make a little oven by using that bottom pan there, And don't forget the cooking spray oil to make the cleanup mess. And what I also like about this one, there was one that was a couple dollars cheaper, but this one has this little tray right underneath here, so if there is grease and spill, it doesn't just run straight down into the bottom and make cleanup even a little bit more difficult. So let's put this stuff away here and get this up inside here and set up outside and see if we can light this thing up and see if it actually works. Some pictures. So I've had this for almost a year, but just hadn't used it yet. And we did go on a short little road trip this last week, and I'll put some pictures up on that as well. So there we go. Lift that right up. There we go. So I did get the propane tanks mounted. We did use it once on a little road trip this last week. We went up into the interior of British Columbia, up in the Cariboo. Went up to Quesnel and Prince George, and stopped at Lac-La-Hache Kokanee Bay campsite for one night, and we'll post some pictures on that. But we went up north to go visit some siblings up there in Quesnel and Prince George, and got two sisters together that don't travel anymore, so we brought them together. And so I've got this thing hooked up. I'm not going to turn on the propane. So for safety, we don't usually have the propane on, so I've usually got it off there. That's turned off here on the check valve between right and left. And then there's another shutoff valve inside here on this line. So there's a shutoff valve there as well. And so what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to turn this thing off here, set up a table, and then let's just see if this thing's going to work. Okay, I've got it set up on the table here now. And what I'm going to do is just hook up the 1 pound propane tank valve that fits onto the cook stove there, camp stove, and the cable inside is going to hook straight up to that. So let's see how this is going to work out here. This is my engineering plan. I'm not a professional at this, so don't take my word on it. Just take my advice with a grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure this is going to work. If you can put a 1 propane tank on there, I can do what I'm doing. So anyway, let's just tighten that up really tight there. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to slide this thing over here, and I'm going to bring over the hose that I've got inside, and that's just going to clip right onto there. All these fittings are available on Amazon, by the way, if you need some of these hoses and connectors and fittings and all that kind of stuff. So there we go, we've got that hooked up, and my little toasting element popped over here. I'm just doing all the setup. Alright, we've got the line all hooked up. In the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plumb a little outlet on the outside wall here with a little trap, and I can stick that line through and don't have to keep the door open. But for today, we're just going to put it straight through there, and we're on the outside world here. Let's just go back here and turn on the tank here. I did use this right side propane tank a little bit, and I think if I put the arrow over to that tank, it means it's going to be draining out of that tank. So just hope for the best there. It's all tightened up, got that opened up, and I did check these lines before, make sure there's nothing leaking. So I'm just going to put that straight in line with the hose, which means the valve's open. And let's just hope for the best here. There we go. We got an igniter here. This thing doesn't have an automatic igniter, which surprised me, but anyway, let's just open that up. There's some propane out and see. Might take a while for the propane to get here from the tank over there. Let's just turn that right up. Hey, there we go. You can't see the flame, but I hear it. And my hand feels it. Yeah, that's nice and warm. But it does sure burn clear. There's no blue or red flames. It's just a totally white flame, blue flame or whatever. You don't even see it. And let's just try a piece of paper here or something like that to prove the point, drive the point home that it's actually burning. So let's just have a look. See, I've found a piece of paper here. And let's just see. Here we go. I love it. So now what we could do is put our pot on there, make a cup of coffee, because I noticed the Tim Horton lineup was fairly long, but I don't have any water, I don't have any coffee out here, so we'll do that another day. So there's the little new unique camp stove that I've been dreaming up in my head. I had bits and pieces of it before, and together all those pieces are going to fit nicely into that tote, which we also picked up Canadian Tire, put a lid on it, that blue lid. Now let's just put a lid on this subject matter and close it down and say that this was a success. I love it. But don't take your frame of legality off of this website. This is only a demonstration here, and we're got it going full bore here right now. So I'm just going to turn that down, and I'm going to turn off the propane over there. And let's turn it off back here as well. Turn that off. So we got 4 valves turned off. Everything should be good to go. And let's call this a wrap. Hey, thanks for watching, but also stay tuned for the end of the video. We'll put a couple of clips on there on a quick but brief road trip up into the Cariboo. We went through the Fraser Valley the Fraser Canyon on Highway number 1. The traffic wasn't too bad on a long weekend. Made it all the way up to Kokanee Bay, or yeah, I think it was Kokanee Bay in Lac La Hache, and then the following day we went up to Quesnel and Prince George, and on the way back. So it was just a 2-day trip up there, one day each way traveling, so a full 4 days, and just added that to the video. So wanted to add that to this little propane setup that we did on this DIY handy little trailer that we built here. And thanks for watching, guys. Do like and subscribe, and I'll keep increasing the videos, and hopefully the expertise of it will start shining through a little bit over the years to come. But you too could build yourself one of these little getaways with a queen-size bed and a full shower. And around the corner here, if we just peek around the corner, there's an actual full toilet in there somewhere. If I just lean that over, there you go. All right, we have a sink, fridge, air conditioner, AC, and we've got 3,000 watts of power in here, 600 watts of solar on the roof, lots of communications, lots of camera security. It's loaded. So anyway, build yourself one of these and have some fun doing it. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.